And some of us are calling for America to come in and take over our country, bomb us, cage us, divide us. We are in trouble too. Under Trump, nobody should take America for granted.
Petrol prices are rising across Nigeria. Gas prices have jumped by almost 50% in Europe. And all this is happening because of
that Trump shouldn't have gone as far as he has gone. If anyone told you that Japan can defeat Soviet Union, as big as Soviet Union is during the World War, you will have argued.
What should you expect? Well, calm down. Let me explain.
So they not they fear Donald Trump like this. I don't know. Watch to the end. The end side you go hear where they know they talk all those things. They not don't they give Donald Trump warning, and they give all the Christians will be say where they tell Donald Trump may they come Nigeria to divide the country. Say they don't want anything like division. They talk. Furthermore, they talk see anything will be say go cause division. Say they don't want them. Say may they ask what thing don't happen before during the war. This video where I want to play right now, we have 3 segments, and another one the inflation of the way petrol dey high, and how the country could just be in the next 3 months. So everybody need to prepare. And the other third video now, these men where they analyze everything will come out of this war where they go. So I go want make una pay attention what this video from the start to the end, so that you go understand. They alert, they ready of waiting won't come. And share this video to everyone, so that everybody go know what won't come, so that they go day away. If not to prepare themselves, prepare their food stuff, prepare that, because we don't know how this war will take, the way the war they take go now. From the analysis we beside down here now, I find out that waiting these people they talk not true. If you pay attention, watch this video from the start to the end, you go understand say everything where these people they talk now exactly waiting won't happen. And now waiting don't already happen before, because they cite so many instances. So I'm not going to talk much. I go want make you pay attention. Watch the video from the petrol price and the hike where they go on for Nigeria, and again the Muslim will be say where they won or the whole Nigeria or the whole Christian, and again the analysis will be say Donald Trump do will go affect Nigeria, and waiting go affect Tinubu even in election to come. So this video is fully packaged, so pay attention. Share this video to everyone so that they go also there at alert. It's important. This news, it's important for you to be listening to news right now, to be careful of what is to come, and to know how you go navigate and know what to do, so that you not be carried unaware. So share this video to everyone, and don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. The more you share this video, and the only way on a fit take encourage support us. And don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates.
Petrol prices are rising across Nigeria. Gas prices have jumped by almost 50% in Europe. And all this is happening because of the Iran, US, and Israel war. What should you expect? Well, calm down. Let me explain. In my last video, I made a mistake when I said that Iran was attacking its neighbors wrongly. Further information has shown that that is not correct. Iran is telling the world that if you are coming to attack us, everybody will feel it. Whether you're in Europe or you're in Nigeria, everybody will feel this impact. That way, people can try to put pressure on the other party to stop the war or the escalation. Now, if you do not know, Iran has a very strategic position on the Strait of Hormuz. Let me explain the Strait of Hormuz.
If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, what impact will it have on the entire world, and which country will be affected the most? First, let's understand what the Strait of Hormuz actually is. It is a small area of just 33 kilometers, located between Iran, Oman, and the UAE. It is a narrow sea passage through which almost 20% of the world's oil supply flows, nearly 17 million barrels every day. This oil comes from 8 countries located in the Persian Gulf, including Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE for the United Arab Emirates. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar, 90% of their oil exports pass through this narrow route to reach the rest of the world. If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, following countries will suffer the most damage. First is India, because it imports 85% of its oil.
Well, Iran has shut down the Strait of Hormuz. But the US is saying any ship that wants to pass, we're going to send our navy to escort you and give you insurance. How does this affect you in Nigeria? The federal government has a benchmark of $64.85 as the price of crude oil in the 2026 budget. But as at the time of recording this video, oil is above $70. So more money to the government. And what will happen to our external reserve? It will keep climbing. But there's another side. Because we don't have enough crude, Dangote still imports crude to refine and sell to the world and Nigeria. You keep seeing an increase in petrol price. That will cause the price of your oil, the transportation, to increase, and inflation. So on one hand, government is making money. On the other hand, inflation is about to go higher. But this is just in the short term. We wait and see how this war plays out. But to all the people in oil and gas stocks at the moment, you guys are eating good. And Dangote seems to be very lucky because the world's largest refinery shut down temporarily. So Dangote, enjoy yourself.
Iran has rejected opportunities for negotiation, accusing the United States and Israel of igniting a fire that could engulf the entire world. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Ismail Bangay also called on the international community to intervene by fulfilling its responsibility before it is too late. Biko, here we are. Talks broken down. Now, put this into proper context, okay? Tell us why the talks broke down.
I think as far as the Iranians are concerned, it is their right to develop, to acquire nuclear capability.
Okay.
The Americans didn't want to see Iran reach uranium, even though they said, look, we are doing it for domestic use. We're doing it to power our cities and all that, but they fear that Iran having nuclear capability in that region is potentially dangerous. A lot of the Arab states around Iran, they do not like Iran.
Okay.
Iran cannot say it like Saudi Arabia, for example. They are Shiites. The Saudis are Sunni, just like many of the countries around them. So that distrust is there. And America has allies in that region. America doesn't want the sort of thing that happened with Saddam to happen to any of his allies. When Saddam acquired military capability and began to threaten neighbors, Saddam began to kill his own people with nerve gas, chemical weapons. In fact, one of his aides then was nicknamed Chemical Ali because he was the one delivering those weapons to kill the Kurds and people in northern Iraq. So they believe that given that Iraq always says it's committed to the destruction of the state of Israel, if it is allowed to declare, to develop nuclear capability, it can use it against Israel.
Okay.
So that is that. But just as President Clinton said in one of his videos that I watched last night, yes, Iran can be really Iran can really frustrate you when you are involved in negotiating with them. But he still felt that Trump shouldn't have gone as far as he has gone. They were managing them, despite the fact that Iran was not fully cooperating with the Atomic Energy Agency, to inspect their sites and make sure that they are not reaching uranium up to the level that it can be developed into nuclear weapon. So that is that. But I still believe that this kind of war, especially at the state where we are, we see war when it starts, but we never can tell how it ends. If anyone told you that Japan can defeat Soviet Union, as big as Soviet Union is during the World War, you will have argued. But this was what happened. If someone told you that Ukraine after 4 years,
We'll still be in
will
battle,
still be in
Russia.
battle with Russia. You must have heard that after 1 week,
Yeah,
you
that
bring them,
was
you bring them
going
to
to
their
be-
knees.
Yeah.
But they've defied him. They defied him, and they continue to put their lives on the line. And we have not even reached the door-to-door phase of the war, because when you finish fighting in the air,
You have to put,
boots on
the
ground. It now becomes urban warfare. You cannot hold that city unless you are prepared to put boots on ground.
Yeah.
That is usually the most difficult phase. That's when people die. If you ask the Americans, the Battle of Fallujah in Iraq, they lost so many of their fighters because in Fallujah they were killing troops. They then decided, okay, this Fallujah, we want to take it over. They committed troops. In the end, they took it over, but it cost lives. Because it was urban warfare. You will know when somebody could be hiding up there and will just, a sniper will just take aim at you. So now, that is the way these guys are talking. By the time they lob missiles into even oil installations in Saudi Arabia and other people, many people believe that this war is just simply Trump's war and this, and they will know that the world will be affected. That's why I agree with the Iranian leader that this is the time for the UN to come in. Although they are talking tough, but I'm telling you, if the UN comes in and tries to solve this problem, they will be happy. Because they are losing people, they are losing their generals, they are losing innocent people. People who have no business. And the way the war is going, now you heard the story today of the sinking. The U.S. sank the Iranian submarine. 180 persons were on board. As at the time we started our meeting at 4 o'clock, more than 80 of those sailors had died. Because it is a disproportionate war. As I said 2 days ago, Israel alone is formidable enough to take on Iran.
Yeah.
But America has the best navy in the world, has the best air force in the world, and they are facing a country, and that country is not getting support from anywhere. Because even you can see a lot of the weapons were supplied by Russia, but Russia has refused to come in.
Yeah.
So there has to be a way to end this war. And the Americans, I was surprised. I thought that Trump needed congressional approval to even go to war. I'm surprised that Trump has just been left alone, just like that. And what Trump does not know is that in terms of the armaments being expended on this war, is a lot cheaper for the Iranians than it is for the Americans.
Yeah, the Americans are spending big because of
A Patriot missile,
To transport
a
it.
Patriot missile costs about $3.75 million to produce one. Whereas one drone, a suicide drone that the
Iranians are deploying.
the Iranians are deploying costs less than, in some cases, $12,000.
Really?
Yes, I look at the disparity. So they have a lot of those missiles that they are firing. And some of the Arab states, the Gulf states, they are expending a good number of the air defense systems that they have. What if they run out of those defense systems? What will happen? A lot of destruction will happen because the antidotes, they have expended all the antidotes that they have because they were not expecting this level of escalation.
Yeah.
If you ask them, the UAE, Bahrain, they didn't know that these people will fire them. And if it continues, how many air defense systems do they have in place? So the way I'm seeing this war, honestly, nobody knows how, but the world is suffering already. People are suffering. Aviation has almost collapsed. In most of the countries affected, people can't fly. And many people's lives depend on flying. So what do? The UN has to step in and find a way to solve this problem. This is my view.
The UN have to step in. Now, the claim about the conflict engulfing, the world, the entire world. Are you worried?
It has already engulfed the world. It's not about today. It is the extent that we need to discussed now, and that's why the UN is, it's not as if the UN cannot get involved, but some people are above the UN. That's just the truth.
You think the UN is toothless here?
No, when America is involved, the UN is toothless because they have not issued a statement. They will just be talking, but they can't go direct and talk to. Well, if it is Nigeria now, you will see Amnesty International bragging, issuing statements, threatening to report us to UN that there will be sanctions. But who will bail the cat now that US is involved? Now, there is this Strait of Hormuz. The closure of that Strait of Hormuz to vessels alone, the volume of crude oil, gas, and hydrocarbons going from that place to Asia, for a master vessel now, the cost has jumped from $200,000 to $400,000 per day.
Because they have to take longer routes.
Longer routes. Now, sweet Brent, that's Nigeria's equivalent of burning
Bonnie Light.
Bonnie Lights.
Lamborghini, of course.
Yes. From $62 in less than a week has gone to $85 per barrel. We've just had $100 naira increase in our own pump price.
Yes.
We should be prepared. If this continues, it will go higher. So we should not blame Dangote, because as the crude oil price goes up, but I pray that this time around, Nigeria, the managers of our economy, Cardoso and Edu, will be able to grow our reserves higher, because
but we will earn more.
We earn more.
Inflation will
come and
will pay more for it.
Now, to de-escalate this crisis, what alternative diplomatic channels do you think, if any?
No, both countries should stop this nonsense of saying, "Oh, talks have ended." I've seen wars where the people fighting were the ones calling for intervention. I've seen wars. That same Arab world. Yes, I've seen wars in that same Arab world, where at a point they start saying, inviting the UN and other people.
Please come and separate
us.
Elawa.
You know, there are some fights, some local fights.
When you think you can defeat that person,
at times they will.
Table turns.
There will be some people will be saying, don't fight. No, they will say they want to fight. Okay, if you start the fight,
leave them alone.
Now you leave them. They will be begging, please come and separate us. I think, but in the case of because of ego,
yes,
I doubt if that will happen in this case, because I saw the U.S. Secretary of Defense today talking tough. Although some of these two could be propaganda.
Yes.
Because there's propaganda in war.
War is
where I say if any Ayatollah, any leader emerges again, they will hunt and kill him as long as he's coming from the radicals.
Okay.
But then, if you don't have boots on ground, it will be difficult for you to effect a regime change. You can't effect a regime change from the air, from air back.
As I've said during their number one goal is not regime change.
Yeah, but
their number one goal, their number one,
the nuclear,
has already said that their goal is let Iran stop the nuclear program.
No capacity,
The ultimate goal was not really regime
exactly.
It was that because they believe that as long as they have it, they are a
threat to the neighbors,
and they don't want them to be a threat to Israel especially, because Israel is their number one ally in that whole region. So that's the thing. It's just like China trying to move against Taiwan.
Yes,
America would not agree. Because they are their long-time ally. You must not touch Taiwan. If you touch Taiwan, it can be war.
It can be.
You know? So this is the thing. They want to protect Israel as much as possible. And Iran is the country that constitutes the biggest threat to Israel. Their arsenal of missiles is tremendous.
Yeah, it is.
And Israel knows that they are supersonic missiles. They've been working on it for years.
They fired a missile from,
All right.
that went to hit the British this in Cyprus, 2,000 miles away.
Yes, they have long
All
range.
right,
The world is by now aware of the fact that 2 days ago, the United States of America and Israel attacked the state of Iran, killed its leader and a number of very senior political and military officers, as well as a number of other citizens. In the last 48 hours, therefore, with the entire region in the Middle East and neighboring countries has been aflame. Fights, rockets, and the world has sat up. This event was foreseeable, and one can say, given by the precedence of President Trump and Israel, almost inevitable. Clearly, the United States had decided to effect regime change, meaning removal of the entire leadership of Iran, and maybe installing a different one, or giving a chance to the citizens of Iran to choose who will next govern them. Unfortunately, it doesn't work as neatly as leaders like Trump think. What we're likely to have is what we're beginning to see now. A lot of chaos, prolonged crisis, both within Iran and around it, and a lot of uproar around the world. We don't expect anybody in the world to challenge what America and Israel have done. They've done this before, and the way things look, they are likely to do so anytime. What this attack has done is to reinforce the perception that exists right now, that there is no world order. The world has the order of the strong, and the weak has no order, and he has no reprieve, he has no recourse to anything except to run away from the strong or to submit to the strong. We have a large population of Shia in this country, and there are millions and millions of Shia and followers of Iran all over the world. They will obviously present what had happened and take steps to see what they can do to salvage what is left of the Iranian revolution, Iranian country, the Iranian leadership, and maybe to rebuild Iran. No one can say what would happen in the next few weeks. What we do know, and what we should be aware of in this country, is that America also has an interest in Nigeria. It has said so. It has already sent a bomb in our country. It says it will attack us. It says that it will encourage massive changes in the way we live with each other, largely along Muslim-Christian lines. Under Trump, nobody should take America for granted. So we are in trouble too. But this is not the kind of trouble that will just come in one day and go. Nigerians who are happy that America could go into another country, kill its leaders, or pluck them out, and embark on massive changes or hope that changes will occur, should look into the history of American involvement in other countries. So let's make a number of things very clear. Our leaders should condemn what Iran and Israel have done in Iran, and should do so very clearly and unequivocally. We do not support an activity, an action undertaken by one country against another. 2, we should demand that the international community stands up to condemn what America and Israel have done. 3, we should be very careful about the way we relate to America. If we continue on the path of disunity, and some of us are calling for America to come in and take over our country, bomb us, cage us, divide us, then we should read the history of countries that have done the same thing to America, for America, against our country. We are in danger, and we should say to the Americans, what you've done in Iran is condemnable, and Nigeria will not tolerate any more involvement of America in our affairs.
I go like me when I drop on our thought at the comment section. What I think about everything where they go on right now for our country, Nigeria. On I think say within Donald Trump they do is the right thing to the fight Iran. Or I think say Ingo far according to within the news analyst talk. Or what I think, and even this not man where they talk say me they calm down. What I think about within talk. So drop on our thoughts at the comment section. Your opinion is really needed, and share this video so that other people go just drop their own opinion on the comment section, and don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. Thank you, my lovely people.